In this video, I'm going to be laying out every single fucking step that you will ever need in order to build your fan base in the quickest way possible that you can in this current day. Now, by following the 5-step formula that I'm going to lay out completely in this video for you, one of my students took himself from only 6,000 post views to 1.1 million views in the span of 30 days, and that was solely by following what I'm going to tell you in this video. Now, I'm going to expose this formula in the most brain dead way possible that I can in this video so that you can literally just copy it for yourself. You won't have to do any thinking really, you just have to do the steps that I tell you. All you will need to do is put in the work, and I can bet my soul on it that you will see success with your music. Now, I'm genuinely going to be giving you straight up steps to copy, and these are proven steps by hundreds of different artists who have used to blow up their music as well. But if you expect results from this video, you need to watch all the way through without any sort of distraction. So that means no picking up your phone, no going to the comment section, no going to different tabs. I want you to full screen the video, and I want you to fucking watch the video, not be a bitch, and stop distracting yourself and actually pay the fuck attention. Now, this video is going to be laid out in a way that's very understandable, so you don't have to get confused with what we're learning. And I'm genuinely going to be giving you straight up steps to copy, and these are proven steps, like I said, that hundreds of different artists have used to blow up their music. Now, in the first portion of this video, we are going to cover just all of the possible routes that you can use to build your music fan base, and then I'm going to explain to you exactly why we're going to use the one that we are going to use and why mine is the best compared to all of the others. Now, this portion of the video should convince you that my method is superior, so you can get rid of any doubts that you have towards what I am teaching you, and I can manipulate you into doing what I tell you to do because I know it's the best fucking way to do this. The second portion of this video is going to cover the overall plan, and I'm just going to draw out with like a simple drawing of a bird's eye view of what the whole system that we're going to implement looks like, and then in steps after that we're going to break down certain parts of that blueprint that I'm going to draw out for you. In the third portion of this video, I'm going to talk about the first part of the system, and that first part of the system is content. Inside of that portion of the video, I'm not only going to explain content and why we use it, how we do it, but I'm also going to explain the steps of making content that's actually going to go viral for you so you can blow your music up overnight, and how to overcome just being lucky with a one-hit wonder thing, and like actually being consistent in what happens for your music and the content that you create for it. The fourth portion is where I'm going to cover the funneling process, and this is very important. I'm going to explain how to increase the conversions to people that enter your funnel, and I'm going to explain to you how you nurture these people into becoming more emotionally attached to your music so you can actually convert the eyeballs into fans that will actually give you money. So that's what a whole funneling process is. If you don't know what funneling is, I promise you that it is not as confusing as it sounds, and it's a key element to the system that you're going to create for building your music fan base, and I'm going to explain it all in detail for you in that portion of the video. And the fifth and last portion of this video is going to be how you can put all of this together and how to actually come up with your own plan to execute on so that you know what you're supposed to be doing every single day to get closer to building your music fan base. This module will be the absolute most important beyond any of the others, so I highly recommend that you just buckle down, full screen the video, watch all the way through until you get to that module, because that one is by far the most important. Now, one thing before we get into the video, because I'm giving all of this information away all completely for free, if you want to repay me, all I really ask is that you just go follow my Instagram. It's right on screen here. It takes you 5 seconds. It motivates me to put out more content like this for completely free, and also it makes it way easier for me to slide in the DMs of women, because I do really want a girlfriend, and if my follower count is up there, that helps me. So if you really want to just help me out, just really quickly, 5 seconds before we even get into the video, just open Instagram, fucking type my name up, it's right on screen here, just click follow. That's all you gotta do, bro. You don't even gotta do anything else. It helps me out a lot. So with that being said, pay attention now, and let's get into the video. So on to portion 1. What is the best method for building a music fan base in this current day? Option A is manual outreach and self-promotion. About 3 years ago, I tried this with my music at the time, and I had this idea that maybe if I could just go engage with people on their Instagram, like their posts and comment on their page, it would give me a little bit of attention in return, and then that would translate to more streams if I had my song link in my bio. Now, you're probably thinking that I'm just going to tell you that this method doesn't work because my method is the only one that not work. But actually, no. It did fucking work. I reached out to about 200 people a day, which consumed about 3 hours of my time, and in return, I got about 30 streams on my SoundCloud, 6 new followers, and 10 likes on my Instagram posts. And that shows the exact flaw in this option in specific. It lacks scale. And for those of you who don't know, scale just basically equates to the amount of people we can affect per unit of our time. By following this method here, the maximum amount of scale that we could realistically achieve is probably about 200 people per hour. If we expect to get results that are actually worth our time, we want a method that is going to allow us to reach hundreds of thousands of people per hour of our time. So clearly this option is just not optimal. Option B is to buy your way into the game by running ads to your music, and once again, this method works well, but again, there are downsides. The main downside is that it costs you money out of your pocket, and if you do expect a big return or something to actually come out of running ads, it will cost a lot of money. Another problem with paid ads, with music in specific, is that we're not selling a product. So mainly for paid ads, what people do is they try to just directly sell a product. So say their product is $100. What we would need to do to make it profitable is get one sale per every $100 that we spend on ads, which realistically isn't that hard if you know what you're doing. But the problem with music is that we're not selling anything just yet, we just want them to listen to our music, and every stream is like literally 0.004 cents. So like, yeah, that's not really gonna make any profit for us. Option C, the best option, is organic content. Now, the main reasons that organic content is good is because it's free. There is a huge fucking scale to it, meaning that you can literally reach millions of people overnight if you create the right content. The algorithms are literally designed to help your music reach the correct audience so that it essentially finds your fans for you, and it's actually a skill that you can improve on, so you have more control over the numbers that you pull. If you get better at organic content, your views will do better. Study it for 10 hours a day, you will be successful. It's that simple. Now, the last component to what makes this option superior over any other that I see in this day and age is the virality factor. If you actually apply what I teach you in this video like my student Molly did, you can literally get 1.1 million eyeballs directly on your music in the span of a month. And honestly, you can do it in even shorter of a span of time if you do get a little lucky. And once again, this is all completely free. So now that you understand and can probably agree with me that option C is the best option of all the plans, I'm going to walk through this entire system that I have drawn out here. But for now, we're just going to start at this left side right here. But as you can see, without the right side being implemented, nothing's really going to come out of this. So you have to make sure that you watch all the way until you get to the funnel section of the video, because that's where I'll explain this whole part here. But essentially, as you can see, the plan here is that we have these three things here: content that all funnels into one thing, viral video. Then this viral video funnels to a CTA. The CTA funnels all of the fans that we get and all the eyeballs that we get into a funnel. The funnel nurtures them into bringing them from step 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, and then step 4 generates a bunch of money, and this is how we create a money-making machine off of our music fan base. So now let's just get into the whole content side of things, which is the left side on this whole drawing. The content that we're going to be creating here is short form content. The reason for this is just obviously the virality is unmatched compared to anything else. You could genuinely post a video today, and yes, I mean today, and it gets you 5 million views, and there's nothing else that matches it, and it is just as simple as that. But I'm not just going to send you on your way to figure out what content you need to post for yourself and have you guess all on your own. I'm just going to tell you there are 3 types of content buckets that I am aware of that work: skits, memes, and song showcase. Now, instead of showing you example of all these, I want you to put in the work on your own after you finish this video to figure out what these types of content actually are. But to save you just a little bit of time, I'm going to give you some ads from some artists who do them so that you can find their pages and get a feel for what type of content that they are actually making. So for skit content, some examples of artists who are successful with this type of content are Jake, Lil Mabu, Zach Diamond. The whole idea of skit content is to create a storyline around a scene that hooks people into it, but the ending of the storyline that you create relates to the song that you want people to listen to. Now here's some people who do meme content. The top one, I don't really know how to say that: Internet Bastard and Violent Vera. And here's some people who do song showcasing: Ian, La, Clover, and Lazi. And now we understand the 3 buckets of content that we can create. Before you move on to the virality portion of this video, you need to pick which one of the 3 that you want to do. I'd recommend that you try them all because neither one is the best overall. It just depends on what you want for your own brand. And once you've decided on which one of the three that you want to make, we need to understand how to post this content in a way that has the highest leverage so that we're not wasting our time just getting 200 views on each video. And I have a specific method that I'm going to share with you to make your content go viral. And the method that I'm sharing with you is very simple and easy to understand, and it is literally to just copy what has worked for others. I can already see in the comments people are going to say that you need to be creative and unique, and music artists have no talent nowadays and blah fucking blah. If you want to be unique and creative, I genuinely do not give a fuck, and neither do the people who will listen to your music. If you want to run your music up, you want money, you want streams, and you want clout, you'd know that it's better to just do what fucking works instead of trying to be a special snowflake and pave your own way. So what do we actually copy in specific? Go find people who do the type of content that you decided on. So one of the three that I told you earlier, look at all of their music and pay attention to the views. There's going to be maybe one in every 15 videos where one video just pops the fuck off and gets a fuck ton of streams, as you can see here. Compared to all of the other views on his videos, the one that I circled did very good. Now what you want to do is take that video, study what they did in it, and just copy it for your own music. It's that simple. Now this method is least practical for song showcase because the whole reason that song showcase videos go viral is just because this song is actually fucking good. So just make sure your music doesn't fucking suck. Now the final part of this section of the video is overcoming luck. So I'm just gonna quickly give you 3 tips that you can use to minimize how much luck is actually playing into your content as a factor so that you can actually be more consistent and get more predictable results. The first thing you can do to avoid luck is just make sure that your music is an ass. Like, it's just as simple as this. And I mean, like, it's literally just as simple as this. I've seen hundreds of artists try to pull off short form content for their music and not see results, and then they think that it's a problem with the content or the algorithm just hates them. Realistically speaking, a lot of the time it's because your music just fucking sucks. Now if you do take the extra effort to just make incredible sounding music, it takes way less marketing than you realize to actually make a song blow up, and spending more time just making sure that the song is actually a hit is worth way more fucking time than trying to take a half-ass song, doesn't really sound that good, and trying to overcompensate by doing a shit ton of marketing on it and just trying to blast it to people. Just spend more time practicing making better music and make a good song. Now if you do actually have a good song and you are very sure of it, the second thing that you can do to increase luck is just increase the volume. And I don't mean increase the actual volume of the song, I mean increase the amount of short form content that you're actually putting out. The person who puts out 3 pieces of content per day will absolutely fucking dominate the person who puts out content just once every other day, and it's kind of just common sense. And for anyone wondering, no, people will not get annoyed if you post more. They don't fucking care. Post more, and if you somehow manage to post an extra 10 times a day, I can virtually guarantee that you literally will not even think that luck is a thing that exists anymore. Take more chances to go viral, and eventually you're gonna go viral. Now the last thing that I'll recommend that you do is to absolutely refuse to believe that the algorithm hates you or that there is nothing in your control if you are not getting the results that you want. Making short form content is literally a skill, and you have to learn what works and what doesn't work by simply having something work for you and then practicing it through repetition. A lot of people who try this are going to get 100 views on their first video, keep trying and not get results that they want, and then give up. Instead of just brainlessly trying and not changing anything like I see a lot of people do, put more effort into every video. Study what is working. Scroll through your algorithm on the short form content platforms, see why videos are doing good, and then implement it for yourself. When one thing pops off for you, keep building off of that as a foundation, and then eventually you will create a formula that actually works for you. Never, and I mean fucking never, blame the algorithm for your shitty content. The algorithm wants to push your content out for you, but it's not going to unless it's fucking good. Now in the next portion of this video, we're going to talk about how you can turn these eyeballs that you are going to get on your short form content into actual fans. And I'm going to break down the entire system that you should implement after you watch this video so that you can all have it done for you on autopilot while you are literally sleeping. Now the 3 things that we will need to understand this are funnel funneling, conversion, and nurturing. So the first part of this is funneling, and in order to understand this, we just need to simply look back at our drawing. So what we need to do is we need to simply map out all of the steps that we want a new eyeball to go through in order to convert into a full-blown fan that will give us money, and that's what a funnel is. It's just all the steps that they need to go through in their journey of being a fan. Now, because you have Mr. Sunlight on your side, I'm just going to tell you the funnel that you should have so that you can literally just copy it for yourself. So the first step of our funnel is the interest phase, and this is the largest bucket, and the people that are in this part of the funnel are the least committed to becoming a fan of yours, but they're in the start of the process. What interest means to me in this funnel when I created this was the idea that someone has heard your music, it piqued their interest because they realized that the song actually wasn't half bad, and now their brain has actually tuned its awareness to the fact that your song exists. Now, the way that a funnel works is we need to take different steps and actions at each phase of the funnel to bring them downwards so that they can ascend all the way to the point where they give us money. So now that our song has piqued their interest, we don't want them to just stay at that stage because they will literally never take any further steps to actually become a fan, and they're just going to scroll past the video and just move on. So what we need to do is we need to take them from the interest bucket to the intent bucket. Now, this is going to hurt your feelings a little bit, but the way that we move people from interest to intent is quite literally just by having a song that sounds good. We literally cannot force them to go from realizing your song to existed to then liking the song and having intent to listen to it if the song is just fucking ass. They have to like it in order to want to listen to it. But the next step, we can actually do something. So now that they realize that the song is good and they actually have intent to listen to it, we need to make them actually make the commitment to go listen to the song. And the only actual thing we can do on our own to give a little bit of a boost to make more people do this is by giving something called a call to action. A call to action, or a CTA, is just a simple yell at the person that says to go listen to the fucking song by clicking the link in my bio. We either do this with text on the screen inside of the video, text in the caption, or comment it on the post and then pin it. If I were building my music fan base right now, I would do every single one of them in every single video that I make. Now, one extra tip is that you obviously should make it as easy as possible for people to listen to the song. So do not just put your Spotify link or your link tree in your bio because it takes extra steps for people and you don't want to have them to have resistance to finding the song and having to search it on their own. Literally put a link to one song, and obviously the one that you're promoting in your videos, in your bio. Make it simple for them. Now we need to take that person from a simple commitment of listening to just one of our viral songs, and we need to convert them into a fan. We have their eyeballs, we have their attention, and we have their ears. They're clearly interested in a song of ours, so they're clearly in a perfect spot now to become a fan of ours. So how do we turn a one-time streamer into someone who's an actual fan of ours that likes our music? And there's just one simple thing that we need to have set up, and it's a catalog of a lot of songs. I would personally say, in my opinion, you need to have at least 5 songs put out there on your streaming platforms so that when the person listens to the one song that is good, that goes viral, then they automatically just go and listen to your other songs to find out if they are also good. If you can get a person to listen to at least 2 other songs that are good of yours, you literally can almost guarantee that they will become a fan of yours. It's that simple. Now, obviously, if you want to go blow up a song and make it go viral without having a catalog, you can, and it still will work, but you'll find that the fact you only have one song out there just really doesn't end up translating to having a lot of fans come from that one song that blows up. Now, the very last part of this funnel is converting this person who is now a fan of our music into someone who will give us money. Now, the very last part of this funnel is converting this person who now is a fan of our music into someone who will give us money. And the only way that we do that is by nurturing them through all of our social medias. Now, because streaming platforms are not really made for this, the person will kind of have to go find your social medias on their own. On Spotify, it is possible to have your Instagram handle on there and blah, blah, blah. But other than that, this should really happen on autopilot. It might happen a little bit more because you're already creating short form content, so people are automatically gonna just follow you if they like the music, so that makes it a lot better as well. But we want to make sure that we try and get them to our social medias as fast as we can and get them to follow us, because that's where we can nurture them and turn them into someone who actually, you know, wants to give us money. Now, on to conversion. Conversion is simply the amount of people we get from a viral video who actually turn into a fan. Now, I've already explained the entire funnel system that we need to have, so once you have that implemented, the conversion of how many strangers turn into fans will be basically already supercharged compared to most artists who don't have a funnel set in place. But other than the funnel part, the one other unfortunate truth to increasing conversion is just by having a better song. Now, I'm not gonna waste my time trying to drag this on and explain this more in a unique way. No, literally just make better music and you'll see that your conversion of how many people convert from a viral video to becoming an actual fan increases. Now on to nurturing. Nurturing is the process of having already converted a stranger into a fan, but now we want to keep that fan interested and emotionally invested into us. So some examples of how we can nurture our fans are by, for one, showing off new music that we're making behind the scenes and teasing it in an Instagram post or a story post. Two, you can show off your lifestyle outside of your music, and by the way, make sure you relate this to a brand in some sort of way that you want them to associate with you. If you're a rich gangster type of person making like hard music, drill music, and that's the music that you want to make and that's the brand that you want to portray for your artist name, do not post a picture of you at a fucking nursing home with your family. Post a picture of a gun next to you and stuff that obviously relates to the image that you're trying to portray. Now the last example I have of how we can nurture our new fans is just by getting them to engage, and the way that we do this is just by being fucking active on your social media. Don't be dead on social media. Don't go ghost. Don't try and be mysterious. This is part of your job. You should be posting on your story at least once a day, and actual posts probably once a week. Now we're on to the plan of action, and we have two options for this. Option one is you do it all by yourself, and this absolutely can work. Just take the information that I've given you in this video, apply it, and if you feel like this is the option you want to take, it 100% can work. However, just know that you are likely going to lose some valuable months or even years of your time trying to figure out everything on your own. And long term, it is going to cost you a decent chunk of money out of your pocket, knowing that you didn't grow your fan base quicker and instead you missed out on a huge opportunity, all because you didn't know what you were doing. And lastly, because you are going to need to fix the issues you encounter all on your own with no support around you, the odds of you giving up and quitting when things are hard are way higher, and I am pretty certain that's not what you want for yourself. And that's exactly why I created Sunlight Sound School, a program where I will literally work with you one-on-one and hold your hand to do all of the work for you so that you can scale your fan base to the moon without even having to learn anything on your own. And that's your second option. Do it with someone who already has the experience and has worked with artists who have already gotten the success that you want, who has studied the things that is needed to know to build a fan base, and have them just sit right next to you and tell you what to do and tell you what you're doing wrong so that you don't have to waste any of your time. I've created this program with the intention of simply taking any music artist, whether they have little or no experience whatsoever, and I want to give them the path that they need to follow to scale their music fan base up to the point where they can make a full-time living off of it. And the most effective way I can do this is by creating you a personalized strategy where I will literally show you what to post every single day to make it more likely that you go viral. And I'm also going to critique the videos that you do make, and I'll tell you exactly what you are doing wrong in them so that you can simply make the tweaks that I tell you, fix what I tell you to, and you'll instantly see more result. As you can see from one of my students, Michael, he was stuck at 200 views on all of his short form content until I told him to just make one simple tweak to his videos, and overnight he instantly started to see results. Now you're also going to get access to live weekly calls with me and all of the other students inside of the program, where we will all just share what's working and getting results for us so that you don't need to be on this journey alone. Now not only is this program going to shave off months of your time compared to if you had to do it all on your own, but it's also going to save you money in the long run. But not only that, it just makes the process way more fucking fun. So you're simply just more likely to succeed in the first place. So if you just give me a few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly what's all inside of Sunlight Sound School if you decide to join today. So when you join today, you're instantly going to be given access to a full archive of private video courses that I've never made public on my YouTube channel. For example, the Cult Psychology course, where inside I'll literally teach you specific psychological manipulation tactic that you can use on your fans to get them to spread your music for you. I've read books on this shit, and yes, all of the popular artists who you know who have cult-like followings literally use the exact tactics that I'm showing you in this course. So when you watch this, you'll know exactly how to do it. You're also going to get all of these other courses on screen that you see when you join. Along with the courses, you are going to get instant access to the Sound School community, where you can ask questions, start conversations with all of the other 70 active students inside. As you can see here, you can just simply make a post to spark up a conversation with other community members. You can ask questions, or you can ask for tips depending on your current situation, and you will get multiple other students responding to help you within a few hours. On top of those things, you are also going to get a private DM from me on the platform where you and I will chat about the plan of action you need to take. We're going to talk about your goals, and at that point I will ask for you to send through all of your social medias and your music so I can review it, and I will send you a private video, just me telling you what I think you should do and where we need to go with what you're doing. And as you can see here, the platform that you'll get access to has a built-in DM system, so you and I can keep track with the results that you are getting, and I can keep you accountable. And for this student in specific, I recorded a full 11-minute video explaining what tweaks he needed to make to his social medias, and as you can see, not even 24 hours later, he made one simple tweak to his content and his numbers instantly started to go up, and he started to get more recognition for his music. And as well as those other things, you are also going to get access to weekly calls with me and all of the other students in the community, where we will talk about what's currently getting us results and what's currently going viral. We will even bring your social medias up in front of the class and all spin ideas off of each other of what tweaks we think that you should make to get better results on your content. Now, I was always against charging cheap prices for things because I feel like the less that you pay, the less committed you're going to be and the less amount of time that I can actually spend on you, meaning I wanted to make this as expensive as I possibly could so that I can get you the best results that I possibly can. And realistically, if you do the math, all of this stuff you're going to receive today is worth honestly well over $3,000. I mean, think about it. If you were guaranteed to get the results and you knew you were going to scale your music business to the point you could be making thousands of dollars in the long run, wouldn't $3,000 be worth it? Obviously it would. But I want to make this as accessible as possible for people who are actually excited to build their fan bases and want the success that comes with it. So I'm not even going to charge you $1,000 for this. Instead, you can get access to all of these things today for only $97 a month. But because this is so cheap and I'm going to get so many new students enrolling in at this price, I will be increasing the price to $297 as soon as I've hit the maximum amount of students that I can fit inside the program. And that's why today is the best day for you to get started on your journey, because a few days from now, you might not even be able to join in on this opportunity at this price point anymore. And I just want to reiterate to you that this is by far the best opportunity there has been in years. There are hundreds of artists who are blowing up overnight and cashing out huge amounts of money from their music, from short form content every single day, and there's absolutely no fucking reason that you can't be one of them. But if you continue to wait and you risk wasting the time by doing it on your own, the game is going to continue to get more and more saturated, and you will miss out on the opportunity of a lifetime. And to be honest, time is already kind of running short, and short form content is getting harder and harder by the day. And if you do decide to take the first option of doing it all by yourself, you are going to get passed up by others who are smart enough to invest in themselves and know that taking a shortcut like this is the way that they can get ahead of you. And the truth is that with the help that they will get from me, they will get ahead of you, and I know that's not what you want. So if you want to build your fan base and actually see results quickly, click the first link in the description and it'll send you to a page where you can learn about how to join Sunlight Sound School and how it will literally guarantee your fan base building success.